a registered nurse for 9 years, and today I would like to discuss compassion fatigue preventive strategies for registered nurses. So what is compassion fatigue? Compassion fatigue is when a healthcare provider or nurse is just overwhelmed with so much compassion that they start to experience the patient's symptoms of suffering. A lot of people kind of might assume it's similar to burnout. It is similar to burnout, but it's not the same thing. Compassion fatigue happens all of a sudden and unexpectedly and leaves the individual feeling despair and a sense of bewilderment, whereas burnout happens gradually and over time. Nursing risk factors for compassion fatigue. Most nurses enter the nursing profession to provide nurturing care to patients who are traumatized or suffering. Nurses in all patient care specialties provide passionate care and attend to the patient's physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. Nurses are more susceptible for compassion fatigue because of their empathetic emotions to a patient that is in pain, suffering, who has undergone a traumatic experience. Emergency department nurses take care of life-threatening emergencies for patients that are experiencing trauma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, heart attacks, and various other unstable conditions. Emergency department nurses have an extremely stressful job position and are at high risk for compassion fatigue. Operating room nurses are at an increased risk for compassion fatigue because one moment they're in a calm, serene environment in the OR and the next minute a patient's blood is spilling on the floor and nursing tasks need to be completed extremely fast in order to save the patient's life. Mental health nurses are at an increased risk for compassion fatigue because they vicariously relive the patient's trauma.
Nurse,
Yes, Dr. Jones.
why hasn't Mr. Dale received his blood transfusion yet?
So I just got off the phone with the blood bank, and apparently the city's out, everything's expired, so they're working on stocking some resupplies, and as soon as I make my rounds, I'm gonna make a run to the blood bank.
Well, I'm extremely disappointed. A blood transfusion is a routine procedure, and that is poor care for Mr. Dale. His hemoglobin was 7 yesterday, and I hate to see what it is today. Please get that transfusion going.
Yes, sir.
If he doesn't get it, stat, he'll end up in ICU and his insurance won't cover it.
Okay, sir, I'm on my way.
Gwen,
Yes.
they need bed B in the cath lab right away.
Okay, so I'll take bed B to the cath lab, and then I'll go pick up the blood at the blood bank and get the transfusion started when I get back.
All right. Yeah, good luck with that.
Hey, Gwen! Hi. Oh, so nice to see you. We've missed you so much.
You know, the other nurses, they're okay, but we just missed you a lot.
Can you help me clean my husband? You know, he's still got that C. diff.
Okay, I'll be right in. Tammy? Where is Lakeisha, Valentina, and Cindy? And I thought Lakeisha was charge nurse today. And where's Carol, our CNA?
Well, Lakeisha had to go up to MRI with her patient because it needed to be sedated, so they had to have an RN. Let's see, Cindy, she's in bed F with Mrs. Moore because she just called saying she had 10 out of 10 chest pain. And then Valentina's patient had an RRT, so she had to transfer him up to the ICU. Carol, our CNA, she's in labor. Can you believe she's in labor? So she's up on the labor deck. So we're down one person.
All right. Well, I'll go help Miss Arnold clean up bed A, and then I'm gonna grab a cardiac monitor and run bed B down to the cath lab. Then I gotta go to the blood bank to pick up blood for bed C, so I can get that transfusion started. I think I got it.
Okay.
Oh, Gwen.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing? Miss Mauer's having chest pain 10 out of 10 right now, and she needs cardiac enzyme stat, and she won't even let me look at her. She won't even let me look for a vein or nothing. She said that you're the only nurse that can get her blood, and so I was really hoping you can come in and draw her cardiac enzymes for me.
Cindy, you know I'm not the best nurse on the floor with sticks. I'm just okay. I suppose I can help. I have to get him cleaned up in bed A, and then I need to get a cardiac monitor, take bed B down to the cath lab, and then on the way up, pick up blood from the blood bank so I can start transfusion, bed C for the low H and H. Paperwork's already filled out. All the forms are with Tammy. All I need you to do is just run it down there. If you could do that, I'm happy to go in there, get those enzymes, and have them set up right away.
I wouldn't mind. I would totally help you out with that because I can see you're really busy. But can't wait now. I'm having a lot of trouble because the oxygen wall unit is not working, and then all our portable tanks are empty right now because we just had that RRT. So I asked Carol to go get an oxygen tank, and then her water broke. So she's off the ward, went up to labor and delivery. So we don't, and then all the other nurses are off the ward. So now I'm
Not now, Tammy.
So I'm trying to, so now I gotta hurry up and move Miss Maurer to another room, and there's no one around. I guess Keisha, took her patient to MRI. I guess I better hurry up and get her moved then. And just put the blood in the-
Really? Oh my God. The state inspectors are here. C diff, C diff, C diff. What? Hello? Hey, Cindy. Sorry, I get a really bad connection in my house. Yeah, it doesn't pick up all the time. Go to the movies? Not really feeling that well. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have been sick a lot on my days off. I just don't feel like I really want to, get up and do stuff. Mostly, I think I'm coming down with something. Oh my gosh, work is bananas right now. Dude, you would not believe it. With this inspection coming up, everyone's freaking out, everyone's high strung, and all the little stuff is getting audited. I mean, whatever happened to, meat and potatoes of basic nursing care, and when are they gonna decide? Like, we're gonna have to stop changing and adding new stuff that no one really cares about, that doesn't even matter, it doesn't affect safety, and just go back to the way things used to be. I'm just, I'm really frustrated with it all right now. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, I'm not, this flu thing, man, it's been going on all season and I just can't shake it. Oh, I know flu season ends in the spring, but I just haven't been able to get rest enough, or, maybe I should change my diet, or, yeah. Oh, I do eat healthy. Okay. Alright. Whatever.
Symptoms of compassion fatigue: excessive blaming, bottled up emotions, isolation from others, receives unusual amount of complaints from others, voices excessive complaints about administrative functions, substance abuse used to mask feelings, compulsive behaviors such as overspending, overeating, gambling, sexual addictions, poor self-care, lack of hygiene, legal problems, indebtedness, recurrent colds, apathy, sad, no longer finds activities pleasurable, difficulty concentrating, mentally and physically tired, in denial about problems, recurrence of nightmares and flashbacks to traumatic event, chronic physical ailments such as gastrointestinal problems. Compassion fatigue effects on nursing. Compassion fatigue affects the nursing profession in many ways. Nurses who work with suffering and traumatized patients day in and day out may start to become physically and emotionally drained over time. Nurses with compassion fatigue may also show a decline in job performance as well as an increase in nursing mistakes. Nursing morale and personal relationships decline, and nurses' personal lives begin to degenerate. He or she may wish to leave the nursing profession. In order for patients to receive high-quality patient care, nurses need to have outstanding nurse leadership, adequate nurse staffing, appropriate, genuine relationships with providers, and a safe work environment. Improving nurses' work environment will prevent nurse burnout and compassion fatigue and will increase patient satisfaction. Student learning outcomes for compassion fatigue preventive strategies for registered nurses. Number 1, identify 5 people that you can call on for emotional support and document it on your self-care plan handout. Number 2, define 4 self-care needs that are needed to prevent compassion fatigue. Number 3, develop a self-care plan on the provided handout for compassion fatigue prevention while watching the video presentation. Number 4, review the provided handout and describe the self-care need that is most lacking in your life once the video presentation is complete. According to the Green Cross Academy of Traumatology, every nurse or healthcare provider has a universal right to wellness. With that being said, physical rest, nourishment, sustenance modulation, body works, and self-hypnosis are all important aspects to ensure that each nurse's physical well-being are in tune. Every nurse deserves a restful period of sleep away from their workplace. Take a look at Nurse Cindy to see how nourishment and sustenance modulation are essential for her physical well-being.
Can I for you?
Yes, please. Can I go ahead and get the number 7 bacon and cheese meal?
You want that large?
Yes, super size, please.
What kind of drink?
Coke.
Okay.
You know what? Can I change that? I need to take better care of myself. Can I change that?
Okay.
I'd like a salad. Do you have a chicken salad?
We have Caesar, sauceless, or ranch.
Okay, can I get the Caesar salad?
Crispy or grilled chicken?
A grill, please.
Okay.
And the dressing comes on the side, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And instead of a Coke, may I please have a medium tea?
Iced tea?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And that'll do it.
Would you like to add an apple pie or strawberry cream pie?
Oh, no, thank you.
Okay. $7.22 for delivery.
Okay, thank you.
Exercise is extremely important for physical well-being for nurses. The Defense Center of Excellence recommends exercise for military health professionals as a self-care strategy. body works for physical well-being means that each nurse is aware of his or her body and monitors for any tension areas. After a tension area is discovered, he or she will then execute manners on ways to relieve that tension. It is important that every nurse has a social support system. On your self-care plan handout, list at least 5 people that you can call on for support, with at least 2 of those individuals from your place of employment. Social support is necessary for decreasing burnout and compassion fatigue. Frequent debriefing sessions to discuss stressful incidents can promote resiliency and compassion satisfaction. I'm glad we're doing this debriefing right now because there's so much going on with all our patients. They're all so sick, and it's just really hard. After I saw you today, the RT came and they took Miss Maurer to the ICU, and within 20 minutes she had passed away. And it's just blows my mind because one moment she's eating breakfast, we're laughing, we're joking. She's talking about being discharged tomorrow, and this weekend she's going to see her little 3-year-old grandson, and was telling me all about him, and she was doing great, and then within an hour later she passed away, and I didn't see that coming. It just breaks my heart. I just feel bad and feel like I'm in shock.
I know what you mean.
To ensure that each nurse cares for his or her social needs, a written, measurable plan to leave work at work and to enjoy leisure activities should be completed and frequently reevaluated. Let's listen to Cindy completing her self-hypnosis as she practices the me and not me technique. I am home now. I will be present in this moment. I feel calm, relaxed. I will focus on work with 100% while at work. And I will focus on home 100% while at home. I am ready to fulfill my role as wife, mother, pet owner, and friend. I take this moment to connect my inner self with my outer self. When I get out of my vehicle, I am letting go of work and enjoying my personal life. Cindy's goal is to arrive home in her own body and mind. Journaling can be a solution to battle bottled up emotions. It is believed that documenting a narrative about a stressful incident can allow the individual to understand the ordeal better and can promote resilience. Sandy Grayson, a life coach and business mogul, wrote that journaling can be a place to document and release your emotions and can be a way to clear your mind to focus on the present. She stated that some individuals keep different journals for different occasions, such as a dream journal, travel journal, or a daily journal. People can use whatever style of journal appeals to them. She also wrote that journaling doesn't have to be completed every day, but should be utilized as needed. Emotional needs can be taken care of by completing the mirror-unmirror technique. In the 1990s, the mirror neurons were discovered at the University of Parma in Italy by accident. The discovery was made with macaque monkeys that were wearing brain electrodes. Whenever the monkeys would complete a task, the anterior insula and anterior cingulated cortex would light up on the brain scan. Then it was noticed that the same areas of the brain would light up when the monkeys witnessed the same task being completed. The test was completed on humans with similar results. It was then that the mirror neurons were discovered in humans. These mirror neurons are important for nurses to be aware of due to witnessing patients who are in pain, suffering, and are anxious. An emotional response is common when one witnesses a patient that is suffering. It is believed
that suffering and pain is simultaneously felt between the patient and the provider due to the mirror neuron system. Observing and listening to a patient in distress can lead to an unintentional mirror image of their demeanor. Self-hypnosis can be performed to unmirror the influence of the patient.
I am aware of my surroundings. I am in a present state, and I will make a conscious effort to unmirror my patient's posture. I will relax and take deep breaths. I will relax my facial muscles. I will utilize my skills of empathy and listening, and my mind will remain in the present.
Leisure activities can contribute to physical, social, emotional, and cognitive health. Dr. Rudnick from the University of Western Ontario lists leisure activities by 1. Sports, such as swimming. 2. Spiritual activities, such as studying the Bible. 3. Play, such as playing chess. 4. Arts, such as sculpturing. 5. Entertainment, such as popular dancing. 6. Resting, such as watching television. 7. Other activities, such as raising a pet. Spiritual customs are effective strategies to prevent stress. Dr. Eileen Serlin wrote a book entitled Compassion Fatigue and Regeneration, Whole Person Psychology Toolkits. In her book, she describes many self-help tools that focus in on the whole person approach of spirituality. She points out the process of imagery, creative and expressive art therapy, music therapy, dance therapy, and the process of meditation as some examples for spiritual clarity. I would like to discuss her self-help tool of meditation. Meditation is a practice that has been used since ancient times. Meditation teaches our brains to be attentive and aware. On page 14 of her book, she has instructions on how to meditate. A good way to get started on learning how to meditate is through breathing exercises and mindfulness of attention. During meditation, it is important that the mind and body are synchronized and are aware of the present state. Let's take a look at Cindy as she practices Dr. Serlin's technique on the beach. Relax on the beach and sit in a position where you are comfortable. Take notice of your toes in the sand and where your weight is balanced while you are sitting up. Relax your hands onto your knees. Relax your weight. Surrender your emotions and concerns into the sand. Feel all the tension in your body starting from your head down to your toes. Allow all of the tension to flow into the sand. Allow yourself to slow down your respirations. Aromatherapy has been used since 4000 BC for religious ceremonies. Frankincense and myrrh are mentioned in the New Testament and the Old Testament as holy anointing oil. Native Americans use sage, cedarwood, and rosewood during their spiritual rituals. The modern day use of aromatherapy is used for holistic healing and spirituality. Every nurse has a responsibility to take care of his or her own physical, social, emotional, and spiritual self. Please keep your self-care plan and have an obtainable, measurable goal of how you are going to prevent compassion fatigue in the future. I would like to thank nurses in all specialty areas for all of your hard work and dedication.